All right, guys, what's going on, everyone? This is Talking Hands. We are back live previewing UFC 253, Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. As always, I'm your host, Preston of Talkin, joined by my co-host, Slaughterhouse1 on Twitter. Jeff, how's the week?
What's up, everybody? Week's been pretty shitty so far for me.
The baseball's been
I went
brutal.
outside my realm and bet some baseball, bet some hockey, bet some NBA. I lost all of it. So, I'm gonna stick to the weekends. That's what I'm decent at, and that's what we usually bet anyway. So, I'm gonna stick to the weekends for now, and that's what this show's for. We're gonna give out some winners and hopefully weed out the close fights and pick the dominant winners.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys followed last week was probably the best week.
4-0.
Yeah.
Between our best bets, but actually we've been on a run. I've been checking. We're like, I want to say like 8-0 or something, or 8-1, or you go back to all our picks that we put out together. So
yeah, it's been great. So, saying that, we're brought to you by Natural Heights. If you guys suffer from stress, anxiety, joint pain, PTSD, or insomnia, give our boys at Natural Heights a call. Phone number is 210-592-1060, located 1880 Nacogdoches Road. This is in San Antonio, Texas. And if you want to bet with us, we bet on mybookie.ag. Use promo code PUBSPORTS. You'll get a 50% deposit bonus on debit or credit, 100% deposit bonus match on Bitcoin. That's mybookie.ag, promo code PUBSPORTS, minimum $99 deposit. We can start off here. UFC 253, Adesanya versus Costa. Open up with a pretty subpar fight. Khadis Ibragimov taking on Danilo Marques.
Man, I'm running behind. I'm sorry. Let me get my bookie up. It's just computer's dragging today.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Ibragimov is minus 170. The Marques is plus 140. This is Danilo Marquez's debut fight.
Yeah, debut fight. He hasn't fought in 2.5 years. Man, I'm gonna have to go with the Russian here. I hate that he came in overweight. Didn't he come in over 5 pounds or something like that today?
No, that's
the other guy.
That's
the other Russian.
That's Ľudovít Klein taking on Shane Young. He missed weight by 5 pounds.
Yeah, there was 2 of them today that came in overweight. Anyways, man, this is going to be kind of a weird fight because I've seen Khadis kind of gas out later in the rounds, but he comes out super strong. There's nothing too impressive about him other than his grappling. He's kind of a move forward, good pace grappler, looking for those single leg, double leg takedowns, get you against the fence, kind of grind type fighter. He has a lot of power in those hands, but he's wild with those hands. He has a nice, kind of wild, I guess is all I can say. He has a nice hook, but man, he's mainly just kind of going after you to set up the takedowns. I think he'll pound you out. The one thing is, though, like I said, he does come out pretty aggressive, and he does have a tendency to gas. And with coming in, I guess he's not overweight, but so I do worry about that. On the other hand, you got Marques, who's been training with Werdum, a high-level black belt guy, but man, he hasn't fought anybody. His record is garbage, and not garbage, but the people he's fought in are garbage.
The opposition.
And it's just insane that he's fought that long with that caliber fighter, and he's just now getting in the UFC. I don't know what that means. I wasn't very impressed with the striking, so I don't think he has necessarily an edge there. He does have the edge in the grappling. I've noticed he can scramble really well, but it's a weird fight, man, because I see it either being a first-round TKO, Khadis, or, a sub the other way. Because the guy is a true black belt, and he's rolling with guys like Werdum. I mean, that's some serious business over there. So It's tough, man. It's a tough fight, but I'll probably – and what were the odds again, man?
It's actually minus 180 for Khadis and plus 150 for Danilo.
Plus 150. Okay. Yeah. I would take Khadis. I mean, I'm just going to take him as the favorite. He got to win. I think he's 0-3.
Yeah.
So he's got to win. He's fighting for a career here. He's still young enough to get it going.
Mm-hmm.
He's very active, and I like him, man. I think he gets the job done. So I'm going to go ahead and take him. If he gets on top, I think he's heavy with his ground and pounds, and he can do some damage.
Okay, so before I get into that, I'll read some comments here. Noah Allen, where's Mo at? Mo will be on tomorrow. He'll be on tomorrow with us for the prelims and main card. I think the prelims are going to start at 5, so he'll be on tomorrow with us. Big Dog 973, what's going on, Big Dog? Billy, what's up, fellas? Let's keep catching these bets. Fridays have been hot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Billy. It's been a great couple of weeks, and we have dried, spicy, shredded squid. Let's get it. Yeah, dried spicy. I believe you got a shirt coming your way. I think Jeff
Send him out.
Yeah, he packed them up on Wednesday. So
Yep.
Hopefully sometime next week you should be receiving a shirt.
Who knows with that U.S. Postal Service? That's kind of the reason why they don't want to do the ballots as well. You never know what you're getting from those guys. So
yeah, and we have NS Picks. What's up, NS Picks? Yeah. So
what do you have here, dude? Because I know it's a tough battle. I mean, it really is kind of a close fight. I could see both ways for this.
Yeah, I think so. So my thing is Khadis, his 3 fights in the UFC. I think he's been shit.
He has been shit.
But like you said, so this other guy, his level of opposition has been nothing, and Khadis does gas out. But he's 0-3. He has fought UFC caliber fighters. He did well, decent in M1. He's got, when you watch his fights prior to the UFC, he had good punching power. He was knocking people out. He gets to UFC. He realizes these guys won't drop as easy as the lower level opposition. Now, this guy, this could be not like a cupcake or whatever, because this guy's never fought in the UFC. Is he as tough as an Ed Herman? Because we know Ed Herman won't go out. He'll fight. He'll stay in the fight for 3 rounds. He's a tough, durable guy. Khadis does have good power, good punching, decent takedowns, good all-around game. This Marques guy, like you're saying, good jiu-jitsu, good ground game, decent subs. Flip of a coin type fight. I will take Khadis and Ibragimov. I won't bet the fight. Total is 2.5, over plus 105. Maybe an under. You would think there'd be a finish, but it's tough. They're in Fight Island. Yes, Island. That's the bigger cage.
Isn't this Khadis? Doesn't he come from Khabib's dad? I mean, isn't he from that camp?
Does he?
I believe so. So I'm kind of wondering if that. I don't know. I have to double check. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I know he's Russian, but I'm not.
I might be
sure.
getting confused here with the other guy, but
yeah, I'm not sure about that.
But
yeah, I'm gonna take Khadis. I'll side with you. I will pass this fight though for sure. I won't bet this fight. I think it's a pretty low level fight. Neil, what's up, Neil? It's Neil the Security. Shout out you. And we got Boston Nick in the chat. What's going on, Boston Nick? We can move on here. Fight number 2, another heavyweight bout. Jeff Hughes taking on Juan Espino.
Juan Espino comes back after a long layoff as well. He's in minus 310, the big favorite. Jeff Hughes, plus 250. Over and under here is over 1.5. Minus 150 over, under, plus 120. I got to say, man, I lean the over here because I wasn't very high. I didn't like what I saw from Jeff Hughes' last fight, although he did come in on some short notice. But Espinal's on the feet's horrible. I mean,
he's pretty much a sub.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like
just
an old Verdum submission guy.
And granted, his grappling, his wrestling is elite. He does have good submissions. Man, I just don't know if he could hold Hughes up, because Hughes does have a good submission defense. I looked into that stat. Very good defense. Little underrated in my opinion. He's got good kicks, good hand speed, for a big guy. Boxing, good boxing, all around MMA guy. But man, he's got to come out and redeem himself, because he did not look good. But I got to go with Espino. Juan here. I think he takes it to the grappling game. That's his only advantage, his only strong advantage here, and he's got to utilize that. And I could see this being a long 3, maybe 2 second round sub or 3rd round sub, or maybe even a decision. But what I don't like about Juan is he gasses like a motherfucker, man. I've seen it so much. He gasses in it. It's not pretty. So we'll see how his cardio comes out. And, I think he had a knee injury, so he's been out because of that. So you got to worry about those injuries a little bit. But this is the only way I can go here, man. But, I'm not going to bet it. Minus 310, I'm not going to lay on this guy. And if anything, Jeff Hughes is a dog or pass for me, because I do think Jeff Hughes has a chance, especially if Juan gets gassed out later in the rounds, and this is just a stand-up because he can no longer take Jeff down. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, dog or pass for me. I'm not betting this. I do like the over at minus 150. I think it gets there.
Okay. So we have Billy Billy's agreeing with you. He's saying, I see people are betting Espino. I don't agree. I am passing. And Deer Slayer Ski, shout out you, Deer Slayer Ski. Appreciate you guys stopping in the chat and watching us here live. Yeah, tough fight. Again, heavyweight, kind of a sloppy heavyweight fight. With Juan, like you said, that knee injury, being off 2 years, and he's pretty reliant on like sub or bust type. His striking isn't great, but he's a big guy, a burly guy, like a tall, thick guy.
And athletic.
Yeah, and Hughes is more of a Roy Nelson type
Yeah.
to me. Like he gets in, he swings some big shots. I don't think he'll gas out necessarily, but if he's getting like kind of picked apart, taken down, round 2, round 3, I think I could see him giving up the sub. Maybe you play a prop, perhaps an Espino by sub.
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting some plus money there because, yeah, laying the minus 300, that's
rough.
a risky proposition in heavyweight MMA where one punch can change the fight. And we haven't seen this guy fight in 2 years. And he's older. He's 39.
Yeah.
He's not a young, like, hot prospect.
Exactly.
So
and so, yeah, if you like that prop and you just don't want to lay the 310, I mean, by submissions plus 150. Our decision is plus 275 because it could go.
Yeah, I don't.
Those ways.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a knockout for sure. So yeah, if you want to lay either of those props, I agree with that.
One thing I will say, be aware, guys, is if you're betting Juan, I'm just gonna call him Juan. I have a hard time pronouncing Espino for some reason. I don't know why, but Juan, I noticed, dude, he does not like to get hit. So if if Jeff has any ounce of fucking bum rushing in him and, you know, kind of crowds him against the fence, hits him a few times, like, you know, it could be upset here. So I just don't trust this guy. Like Preston said, 39, been off for close to 2 years, you said?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
years.
Jesus, it's like, dude, yeah, he's a freak. He's athletic. He's big, but he only has the well, I mean, and it's not just only because it is an elite skill set to grab the wrestling, but I mean, yeah, that's the only way I think I could lean. But like Preston said, you want to take that sub prop plus 150 or the decision plus 275. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. So so we'll agree there. We lean Espino, but likely a no bet for us.
Yep.
Move on here. Another not heavyweight, but light heavyweight here. We have William Knight, fresh off a pretty recent Contender Series victory, taking on Aleksa Camur.
Yeah, so Aleksa Camur is the favorite at minus 160. William Knight coming in at plus 130. Over and under 1.5. Over minus 125. Under minus 105. What do you got here, man?
So Camur's one of Stipe's boys. So Stipe got him the not shot, so to speak, but so he went on Dana White Contender Series last year. He's losing a fight, hits a big jumping knee, finishes the guy on the ground, gets a win. Okay, great. You know, we'll give him the contract. So he gets the contract. Then he fights Justin Ledet. And I'll be honest, unless this guy improves leaps and bounds, I wasn't too impressed. He did
get that win.
He did win the fight. Yeah, he won, but his striking, it's not that great.
I agree.
He's pretty not small, but like he's smaller, so he's pretty quick. So he can maybe get in and out. And if William Knight comes at him heavy and hard and gasses, Camur probably has the better gas tank. So Camur, I think, would win round 2, round 3, and win a decision. But we've seen Knight hits hard. Knight likes those elbows, has a good hook. Camur could dive and try to get Knight on the ground. I think that might be what he wants to do here. Because I think standing, you have to edge a William Knight, and especially at the dog odds that he is, plus 130, 135. If they're just going to go in like a phone booth and trade, I'll take Knight in that instance. I'll be honest, I thought more highly of Camur. Then I watched those two fights, and I was like, man, Justin Ledet's not anything on the feet, and he's taking your shots like nothing, and he kept coming forward instead of Camur like putting it on him. So I'm going to go with William Knight here. I'll take the small dog, the nice little upset. What's the round prep? What is that? 2.5?
1.5 over.
1.5. So I like the under, and I actually like what Billy just put out. Nice. So Billy has a double play on this. He hit last week. He was on Costa inside the distance. So he has Knight inside the distance and Knight money line. And yeah, Billy, I agree with you there. I would take Knight here. I'm not, unless Camur improves leaps and bounds from that previous fight. I think William Knight has a skill set to get it done. So I will take William Knight at the nice dog money.
Yeah, I mean, look, Camur is a good striker. He's got good distance control, movement, and he's kind of the aggressor. Like he likes to, dominate the center of the octagon. But I don't, like you said, is he really going to sit here and trade with this guy? I don't think so, man. And his only, to me, if he can use those takedowns, to keep taking them down over and over to collect points. The problem is Knight's kind of like Derek Lewis, where he's just got this funky fucking strength that he can get up from anything. Like the guy scrambles and gets up, and he really hard to sub and things like that. But and believe it or not, being as thick as he is, his cardio seems to be really in good shape compared to a lot of the big guys that are around with that much muscle mass. But I don't know, man, because the experience does weigh a little bit. But Camur has fought in bums, man. I'll just be fucking honest. He hasn't fought anyone it just impressed me, even down his record. And I just think Knight's going to clip him somewhere along the line and knock his ass out, man. That's truly what I think. Camur should be the quicker, more technical striker, but I mean, Knight's a powerhouse, dude, and he's always going to come in, and he's always going to be looking or he just needs one shot for it to be over.
Yep.
So that's where I'm banking on. And, I could see Camur turning this into a decision by doing the whole MMA grappling.
Yeah, I think that's
over.
That's how he has to win.
Because he does have good movement in and out. I'm going to give him that. He's athletic too. He is very athletic, but we'll see, man. If he gets clipped, it could be over. It could be a long night for him. But I'm going to go with the dog 2 here. I just don't see enough out of Camur and his record. I mean, it just doesn't look good. And I don't know, man. I can't back that guy for -130 here.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Or -160. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah. And then we have Swervin in the chat here. He is also on William Knight. And, Billy, William Knight. So,
and
Clint's on William Knight.
I'll be honest, too. It's not like I think Knight's some fucking next coming of Jesus or nothing, but, he is big. He is powerful, and he's hard to keep down. So, he's going to keep scrapping.
Yeah, Nick has one of these round props fight to start round 2, -180. He's saying to book it. And Deerslayer says he's going to bet Knight pre-fight, then maybe bet Camur live at a better price, then ride it out with plus money on both sides. So, yeah, I think we agree here. I know Clint's got Knight. We have Knight. Looks like Billy has Knight. Swervin has Knight. So maybe this could be a best bet. We'll see. We will see. Move on here. This guy did miss weight. Ľudovít Klein.
Ľudovít Klein comes in at -130. Wow, this line's really flipped.
Yeah, it's
big
switched.
Time.
Yeah,
switched completely. So Shane Young comes in all crazy with his Haka war cry today. I didn't even know what the hell that was. I thought it was some like spaceship or some like alien shit or something. That freaked me out. But anyways, Klein's coming in at -130. Shane Young, even money, over and under 2.5, over -115, under -115. So, man, it's a fucking tough fight. I'm just gonna be honest, because Klein's debut, right? I mean, he's coming in on short notice, and then you add in the weight, like that's kind of scary. Short notice, and then you're overweight. You kind of wonder how his conditioning's been, but this dude's been knocking out. I mean, you look at his record; he's got some good dubs on there. I mean, he's got some good wins, some clean knockouts, very fast hands, strong 1-2s, quick 1-2s, and he likes to set it up. Throw those jabs, and then a head kick. Like his head kick's brutal.
Yeah. He does get a lot of finishes with that quick head kick. Yep.
It comes out of nowhere. You can't see it. It's freaking a great weapon to have. And he's strong. He's bigger. He's stronger. And I could see him bullying a lot of guys in this division, man. And I really think his striking is very, very good from what I've watched. Shane Young, man, we know this guy's durable as hell. Like, he takes a beating. He's got an iron chin, moves forward, puts that pressure on you. And I do worry a little bit about, him trying to attempt some takedowns with Klein, but I've seen Klein get up. He scrambles really well. So that's not a big worry, but I do worry about Klein gassing out. I'll be honest. I was very high on Klein, maybe like my very best bet of the card. But I'll be honest, I'm a little worried that weight and that short notice does bother me. And, you know, if he doesn't knock out Shane Young, and Shane Young's the type of kid who just puts that pressure on, if he just puts the pressure on and Klein starts to wither, you know, come late rounds, it could be spell bad news. I'm not going to bank on that. I'm going to still go Klein pretty heavy here. I like him a lot. I think he's good, got a bright future ahead of him. And I think he can handle Young here. I think he can actually put a finish on the guy. I know Young's tough as nails, but I could see a finish here, and I'm going Young. I'm going Klein. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Shane Young, so perhaps the one sort of worry is he does train with City Kickboxing. Seems like every year they're allowed a signing card, they get their whole team on the card. We have Young, Kaikar France, Adesanya. I think there's one more
Riddell.
guy. Yeah, Riddell. Yeah, Riddell as
and
well.
There's one more.
So they all train together, same gym, and you know, so he's trained with some of the best guys. And so for betting it, and I guess if you want to say there's the value aspect, because so on Sunday Shane Young was minus 180, so you could have got Klein plus 150.
Yep.
Now you're laying minus 130. It seems like the secret's out, so to speak. But again, a win's a win. But I personally do feel kind of stupid chasing that, because everyone, it's like, damn, I feel like I missed out on that good number, which the next fight has another number like that as well. But Klein does. He looks like he has the goods. That head kick's nice. The jab, the right, the straight right, pretty bouncy on the feet. Slightly worried with that if he knocks out Shane Young, because even Volkanovski took this guy down and beat the shit out of him.
Couldn't get him out.
And yeah, he wouldn't quit. So if he could knock him out, I'll be impressed. I'm kind of with you though. I think Klein probably gets round 1. Round 2, it's like who won the round? And round 3, I think Shane Young takes him down and beats the hell out of him. But so I think Klein will win a decision here. What's our round prep? 2.5, pretty much even money, both sides.
Young has good cardio, and that's what scares me, because he's prepared, and Klein, we don't know what he's been doing, you know?
Yeah, and we have Neil the security. He's saying after all that intensity, I'm sold on Young, and Swervin is on Young here. Did not like what I saw at the weigh-in.
I will say this, man. Klein's one of I think the only Slovakian to be in the
he's
UFC.
The first one.
And that dude, coming like culture and things like that means a shit ton. This dude's fighting for a country and shit. You know what I mean? So that puts a lot on his shoulders, but I don't know. You can't bet on that, but it does give you some motivation, I have to imagine.
Yeah, I'll side with you. I will also take Ľudovít Klein. The trepidation I have, though, probably for sure the toughest test for him. And Shane Young, he's not no chopped liver, but I'll take Ľudovít Klein.
He did look like the smaller guy today. You could tell that pretty obviously.
Yeah, but he also Klein added 5 pounds. So
5 pounds is fucking nothing.
Yeah. So move on here to the craziest fight of the card, I think. Diego Sanchez back at it again.
Diego, my man, he fucking talked to me on Twitter today. That was
so now you gotta bet on him plus 550 versus Jake Matthews.
I gotta take a bunch of mushrooms and then bet on him, and then that will be even cooler.
To be honest, hope for a disqualification, because he'll take that. So
yeah, he will, man. And wouldn't you if you had the fucking ultimate guru Joshua Fabia fucking guiding you along the way in life? Like, that's insane shit going on over there. And I had this thing, man. It doesn't matter, but I feel like that Fabian guy is kind of gay, and I feel like he's taking Sanchez for a ride there, literally, because he grew his hair out and he kind of looking like a woman, and he acts like a woman. It's weird, but not that it matters. But the guy's a scam artist, dude, and whatever he's doing, Diego's fucked up. I want the old Diego back, because that guy was crazy. Anyway, there's not much to talk about, man. You got one legend that's out the door. Chin's busted up. The glass chin nowadays, he can get rocked pretty easy. He does have a great cardio still. You know, he can last. He can run around and run around from guys like Vieira, who chased him around the whole fight. And I just don't think it's gonna be even come close to, you know, this isn't Mickey Gall he's fighting here. This is a freaking Jake Matthews, which to me, I'll be honest, I'm not very high on Jake Matthews. I don't think he's that fucking great. He's shown some problems in his game. He is light on his feet, you know, pretty fast, explosive dude. Definitely got power in his hands, and I think he knocks out Diego Sanchez, man. As much as I hate to say that, because I know Diego is durable, but I think he can knock him out. Jake Matthews is a black belt too. You know, he can get on the ground. He's got a good smashing top game. I just worry about his gas tank because he does gas out in that third round, and I've seen fights of his where he kind of just makes these stupid mistakes and goes to hell. But I mean, Diego's not going to capitalize on that, I don't think. So I'm not going to bet it. I'm not going to bet anybody that's not outside the top 5 for minus 700. I wouldn't even parlay that. But Jake Matthews, man, he's going to win.
Yeah. So Neil the Security says Diego is pretty live for this fight. Okay, Neil?
And so a part of me, like some crazy psychedelic mushroom-based trip I had, like, yeah, I kind of agree with you, man. There's like some weird thing that who knows, because they're already talking about a fight with Connor and shit. Like, man, I don't know, man. It's just weird. Like, maybe this shit is all kind of set up and we don't even know it.
They can't make that fight. MMA Secret says Diego Sanchez definitely bangs Fabio. So,
doesn't it seem like that?
That's what he thinks. So
because if you watch Fabio lately, I mean, I'm not gonna make any accusations, but it definitely out there.
Neil Security, y'all better bite if those lines get good. I think he's talking about taking the dog here with Matthews. I'm not sure. Boston Nick, I know he's on Matthews. He says he smashes him. Swervin, Matthews on the under. Billy, Jake Matthews, a good 4 to 5 leg parlay piece. Don't know if he makes my 3-legger. Yeah, 750 is tough. Deer Slayer Matthews is a parlay anchor, and he agrees with Billy. Yeah,
but you know what, guys? Everyone would have done the same thing last fucking fight with Vieira, and look what happened.
Oh yeah, so we can talk about. So I got screwed.
We all got screwed.
So prior on the show, so on our Talkin Hands show, I was like, kind of with what everyone's trying to root for here. I want, you know, the old Diego. He can win this fight. Yada yada. The old Diego's dead like 5 years ago, so he ain't coming back, people. So I bet Pereira pretty heavy. He was only like 200, so it was a pretty not a bad line, you know. But
I'm sorry to stop you, but I gotta say this now because you brought it up. Put that in perspective of how then look at how good Mickey Gall is. Like, what is he doing in the UFC? Diego Sanchez, you said, was done 5 years ago, and he just beat Mickey Gall's ass fucking 2 years ago or something.
Last year, last March. And Mickey Gall gave Mike Perry a harder fight than people thought. And Mike Perry,
crazy, dude.
Mike Perry's now fighting Robbie Lawler. But
it's crazy the quality we've gotten to in the UFC nowadays, man.
Yeah, I mean, we've had these talks.
I know.
I've had this argument for years. So Jake Matthews, though, good. He's not even really a prospect. He's been in the UFC for a long time.
And he's young, which is weird.
Yeah, he's still only 26. I think he came to the UFC at like 20. Good wrestler, good grappler, heavy on top, good strikes. Even standing, he has a nice right hand, like where he can pop you. Good, decent enough jab. My whole deal is it's just fading Diego. I know 700, 770. That's a lot. If you got in, we talked about a parlay of Covington and Matthews. At the time when I put that out, Covington and Matthews parlayed was only 180. So then you'd be laying 180 on Matthews, which is stealing. But at this price, 750, 770, it's tough. But in a parlay, Matthews is I just
But why even do that, man?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of
counterproductive. You're just taking your money out of your pocket by adding the 740. Just shut it down to a instead of a 5, shut it to a 4.
But if you add them, you'll probably get an extra $80.
Oh, what's fucking $80?
Yeah. So
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but I think I still think Matthews smashes him.
Well, yeah,
inside the distance, you know, that's not bad because that should be like even money, and then by decision might be even money. So if you pick the right route there, you'll get a good ticket.
Diego's never been subbed. So one thing I was thinking about in my head is what better way to put a notch on your old bedpost by going out and subbing the one guy that's never been subbed. So Jake Matthews is a black belt. Watch for that Jake Matthews by sub plus 380 just for a challenge. These guys like challenges. If they see something like that, they might go after it.
Yeah, I personally, what I think's going to happen is Diego might run out at him like he usually does, get a little crazy. Mid round 2, Diego throws like a jab. Matthews hits him with an overhand right, either knocks him down or close to knocks him out, knocks him down, pounds him out on the ground, gets a stoppage.
See, I think Diego's going to go in there with the grappling mentality. I mean, he's not going to stand and bang with Matthews. He can't.
Yeah, but I mean, he was getting.
He didn't even throw against Vieira. He was just doing the roll, the movement.
Well, and he was just on the cage getting his ass.
Yeah. Well,
the whole time he was on the cage.
But if you rewatch it, I'll be honest, the motherfucker missed a lot. He was missing him a lot, dude.
Yeah, but that
doesn't mean shit. But even Vieira didn't finish Sanchez necessarily.
Yeah,
he would have.
Yeah, and he just fought. Who did he just beat up? Oh, that Zaleem. Right. Yeah, he sucked. Yeah, so Deerslayer's kind of with me here. He says Matthews plus 135 inside the distance. Yeah, I lean that way. Deer. Swervin says let's effing go. Nick and Slayer, weed and fish eggs. And Neil at you, Jeff, is saying that $80 will pay for my pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So
I just hope it comes in because last time, this guy's notorious for.
Well, the worst one was Agapova. She was minus 14.
Yeah, that's true.
And she lost.
Yeah.
So, but that's women's MMA.
I mean, this is more of a clear path. I agree. Like, this is no fucking women's MMA. This is, I agree with y'all. So I just don't believe in those heavy parlays, putting these heavy pizzas in there. To me, I don't know.
Yeah. So we move on here to Brad Riddell taking on Alex De Silva.
All right, what do we got here? We've got on mybookie.ag, put in promo code PUPSPORTS, 50% bonus to give you 100% on Bitcoin. Brad Riddell comes in at minus 315. Alex De Silva comes in at plus 255. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 110. Under minus 120. Man, another tough fight here, but I think Riddell comes out and really smashes this dude, to be honest with you. Riddell's gas tank does worry me a little bit. And I mean, as far as standing and banging, I mean, Riddell's got the clear edge in the striking. But Silva, I mean, he can grapple too. So, I mean, this is a clear for me. I think everyone's on Riddell here, but what do you think, man?
Yeah, so I guess I'm going to be the differing voice here. I probably will not bet it, but I will not anchor Riddell at all. Alex De Silva's grappling looks pretty legit to me.
It is, and that's what scares me
in his fight. So Riddell is a very, very good kickboxer. What's good with Riddell is in his last fight versus Mustafayev, he was able to get up enough to eke the decision to win the fight. And standing, yeah, he's got great kicks, great jab. He's a little like, I feel like he's small. Like he's not like big. And Alex De Silva's, to me, the bigger guy. And if he can get him against the cage, take him down, beat him up, Riddell could gas out, maybe get tired. And on the feet, I don't want to say obviously it's not KO or bust, but you got to see how they judge this fight. Because if Silva takes him down, holds him for 3 minutes, the refs stand him up, and then Riddell kicks the shit out of him for 2 minutes, who's going to get the round? If it's Riddell, yeah, Riddell's going to win the fight for sure. But if they give that round to Silva, you could look at a dicey decision. I was not shocked with how good Riddell looked, but standing his last fight, he has the good standing for sure. But this line to me is pretty wide. And for as many people on Riddell, it seems to have shrunk the last couple of days. It was up to 350. Now it's at 310. Like I said, I will not be shocked at an upset here. But yeah, we have Billy saying, is this the start of the city kickboxing parlay? This could be the one that that gets caught. And Gabe Killian, Mo is on the streams tomorrow. Mo comes on tomorrow for the prelims and main card with us. So I will pick Riddell, but this is the one decent dog I'm sort of interested in. And over 2.5, I actually like -110.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that kind of holds me back, though, is like we don't know what Silva's going to come out, because you look at some of his past record in Brazil, he's almost like a striker, it seems like, man, like the Muay Thai background and things like that. But from what we've seen of him recently, he hasn't used that shit. And that scares me a little bit because we don't really know enough about him. But I do know his wrestling's not great. His takedown defense isn't great. I mean, yeah, he's better off his back probably. And yeah, he can get that sub, but I got to side with Riddell here too, man. I don't like the price and I probably won't bet it. And I probably won't even put Riddell in the parlay, but I mean, because the sub can happen, but I agree with you. I think that Riddell does get it done. I think he has a decent ground and pound. He's not great at finishing people on the ground, but he can, stay heavy on the top. And he has pretty good cardio. I mean, I say that, but I've seen him gas a little bit late in third, but I think he gets the job done here, man. I really do. And I think he probably wins by TKO. I think he probably, outstrikes this guy and hurts him bad and gets him on the ground.
Yeah, I think if he can keep the fight standing, he can land one of those nice low kicks into like a good solid straight right and crack De Silva. I'm cautioning people at the -300 price because I do know I've done it before. I'm pretty sure most people here in the chat have done it, where you're going to have a 3-4 fight parlay and you just put in that -300. You don't really care, and then somehow the -300 loses. But I do think Riddell should get it done. But like I said, this could be closer than you think. Move on here, main card. So now we're to the pay-per-view main card. We have Hakeem Dawodu versus the guy who also missed weight by 4 pounds, Zubaira Tukhugov.
Tukhugov comes in -140. Hakeem Dawodu comes in at +110 now. Over and under 2.5, over -195, under +260. Well, shoot, man, this is going to be pretty much classic over for me, right? I mean, these guys are going to grapple the hell out of each other, don't you think? I think Hakeem wants to keep it up personally, but
yeah, I think Hakeem's gonna throw that
with the Muay Thai,
leg kick,
and he's got that plum. He gets you. He got those vicious knees. It gets you in that clinch, the Muay Thai plum. But man, I don't know, man. I guess with the dog money here, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna get your text. I'm stuck on this. I think Zubaira has a real shot here with his wrestling, his grappling, and I guess the 5 pounds does scare me too, like everything else. But I mean, he did knock out Kevin Aguilar, which was a fucking huge feat. Like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was pretty much So pretty much one punch shot there.
And he's that Dagestani wrestler style, just a good array of takedown kind of guy. So I do love that about him.
Yeah, so he came back. So he got suspended for the Conor McGregor fracas. He came in, hit Conor McGregor after 229 versus Khabib. Gets suspended for a year, comes back, fights Lerone Murphy, goes to a draw. Now in that fight, he kind of did what he did against Kevin Aguilar. Hits this guy with a huge left hook, knocks him down, tries to put him out. Murphy doesn't get put out. And then he starts gassing a bit. He tries to take Murphy down, gets him down a little bit, but Murphy stands up. Murphy starts to kind of beat him up as the rounds go on. Fights ruled a draw. It's like, how good is he? So now he fights Kevin Aguilar. He's the dog. He's +110 versus Kevin Aguilar. Pretty much first solid punch, knocks out Kevin Aguilar. So here he's going against Hakeem Dawodu. Hakeem, we've seen it. He's got the good kicks, good low leg kick, good elbows inside the clinch. He hit a high kick versus that Yoshihiro Ori guy, the Japanese guy, finished him, looked good there. But Hakeem gasses too. So if Tukhugov can use the grappling, can get Hakeem down, because Julio Arce got Hakeem down too in the third round, and Dawodu was kind of like content because I think he thought he was up 2-0. He gets the decision, wins the fight 2-1. This is a tough fight because Zubaira could catch Hakeem with that hook because he's caught his last two guys.
Yeah.
And if he catches Hakeem could go down. get dropped, because he did. Hakeem's loss versus Danny Henry. He got knocked down, then he got tapped out in 39 seconds. So Zubaira could do that. And if Zubaira doesn't do that, Zubaira uses the grappling, tries to take Hakeem down, use the grappling, control the fight. If he can't get Hakeem down, I think Hakeem will have better output and will win the rounds based on output. He'll throw more, hit the leg kicks, throw some 1-2s, and it'll look bad for Zubaira because he'll be chasing the takedown. He's chasing the takedown and he doesn't get it. 9 times out of 10, that round's going to Hakeem. So I think it is a 50-50 fight. And with this dog money, and if Hakeem keeps going up, I was originally on Zubaira, but now I'm going to take Hakeem Dawodu. I would like to see a little more dog money on him. If I could get a plus 140, I probably will bet it. But as of now, I'm off it, but I'm going to take Hakeem Dawodu. We have Billy says Hakeem the Dream plus 115. I think some dogs are barking on the pay-per-view. Swervin likes the under. And MMA Locker Room loves the fight. Wait and see who I got tomorrow live on my Bet Your Beers segment on Pub Sports Radio. So, Jeff, what do you like in this one?
Yeah, man, this is a tough fight for me because I do see both edges, and both these fighters kind of come out differently. Like, Hakeem seems to like start real slow, man. He kind of starts slow and finishes strong type of guy. But on the other hand, Zubaira freaking comes out really aggressive, and he starts to slow in later rounds. So
yeah, Hakeem lost the first round versus that Japanese guy.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting to me that these two guys fight like that, and that could spell trouble for Hakeem right off the bat. I mean, but he is the more technical striker. He does have the edge there, like you said, and he's a good grappler himself, man. Very athletic, very strong, and he has a good grappler, like we talked about. So he's gonna. I think he can get up. You know, it's not like Zubaira is some master jiu-jitsu guy. He kind of just looks for that control, but he's not even that great at keeping the control. He does let people up. I've noticed, and man, I feel like Hakeem's just strong enough and good enough at grappling that he can get up from these and turn it into kind of a kickboxing, type fight. So with the dog money, that being said, I 100% agree with you as far as the this fight should be more of a pick 'em in my mind, 100%. And with that being said, yeah, you got to take the dog money on here from a betting standpoint. But it's not going to surprise me if it goes either way. Split decision either way.
Yeah, so yeah.
I don't see a finish here. I do see a split decision 100%.
Yeah, kind of what you just said. So Deer Slayer just put out, he's taking both guys by decision. One is plus 175. The other would be plus 195. Billy, first time Zubaira is fighting without Khabib's father.
Yeah.
This should be emotional. And the first red flag is the missed weight. He did miss weight by 4 pounds.
Yep.
UFC betting experience is saying Zubaira missed weight. That's a good sign. So yeah, maybe trying to put on size.
Yeah.
To
hold him down.
Yeah, hold him down and just control Hakeem. But I'm gonna take Hakeem. We'll see. We'll see where the line goes. That's one thing I'm telling you guys. This is to me a tough card. Tough card to find a lot of good spots. So
I don't feel like it's a very good card, to be honest with you, man.
No, it's a pretty
the
shit.
top 3.
Yeah, it's pretty shit. Yeah. And that's why they did the double title fight. So it looks a lot more impressive when you buy the pay-per-view.
Right.
Then you watch all the fights, you're like, what is this? So, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's that great. And we move on to someone who fought, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Eubanks.
Yeah, Sijara Eubanks. She's, 2 weeks. So a 2-week turnaround.
Quick turnaround.
And she's taking on Ketlen Vieira.
So Ketlen Vieira comes in minus 190. Eubanks comes in plus 155 on a 2-week turnaround. Over under 2.5. Over minus 330. Under plus 255. I'll let you kick this one.
Yeah, so Ketlen Vieira, she was up to, I think, number 2 or 3 in the UFC at bantamweight 135. So she took I don't know what happened, but she takes a year and a half off, comes back, fights Irene Aldana, and gets knocked out. Her thing is she has good striking for being more of a jiu-jitsu type girl. So she has like a solid straight right hook, good power, and usually it hurts the girl where she can, hurt her, put her down, and will work for a sub. Aldana took her shots. Aldana cracked her with the left hook, put her out. Aldana's in the main event next week versus Holly Holm. And Eubanks, we know she's more of a grappler type wrestler, tries to get inside, put you down, beat you up, hold you. But she's had cardio issues. Her looked like her last fight, she wasn't as gassed as she has been.
She's getting better.
And it seems like she's finally acclimated to the weight. She's looking better on the scales. So if she can, grapple for 3 solid rounds, maybe she can put Vieira down and hold her. But there's the threat of a sub. We saw it last week, right? Silva versus Barella. Those girls aren't probably as good as these ones. But Barella took her down, which is how she thought she would win. She got subbed in like 30 seconds. I'm going to side with Vieira. I think the price is pretty fair, 190, 195. That's not a bad price. Like I said, she was all the way up to like 2 or 3 in the division. Her striking is good. She moves pretty solid. She has a good leg kick. But for me, it's that right. She like cocks that right, straight right and the right hook, and she'll crack you pretty hard. And with Eubanks, I don't think she wants to take a lot of those. And the turnaround, I'm not a fan of, where it's that quick, even though she did beat Julia Avila, but she took her down. Avila couldn't get up. Vieira, I think, has a better get-up game, and Vieira will threaten from the bottom with subs, which Eubanks has to be somewhat worried about. So, I'm going to take Ketlen Vieira to get it done. I will go with a decision.
Yeah, and to take it one step further, Eubanks, I think, had a third fight that was canceled. So that's 3 weight cuts in like a month. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, you got to worry about that. She looked good 2 weeks ago, but
COVID, yeah.
The thing is, man, Vieira, she's very aggressive. She moves forward. She's, pretty big and physical for this division. And I don't see Eubanks having any advantage in this because if it gets to the ground, I mean, maybe she'll have advantage in the wrestling, but once it gets to the ground, the grappling's all Vieira. She's got the judo and the jiu-jitsu black belt. I know Eubanks has the black belt in jiu-jitsu, but judo will help if they need to. I see this just being a grappling match, to be honest with you. And I think Vieira gets the better end of the 2 in that department. And if it does stand, I think Vieira rocks her. And I don't think she finishes her necessarily because we don't see that too often, but I think she puts it on her pretty good. So yeah, I like Vieira a lot in this. Minus 190. She's going to bounce back from that knockout blow. That was kind of a fluke because I don't know. She was winning that fight, I would say. Don't you think?
Yeah, it was close.
It was close.
Yeah, she has some good. Yeah, she was putting it on Aldana pretty good, but it seemed like they both threw that like hook, and then hers hurt her a lot worse. Yeah.
And I heard there are some rumors about that too, like short notice, short camp, weight cuts, and it could have had to do with some of that stuff. But yeah, I'm going Vieira here. I think she's going to bounce back in a big way.
Yeah, and then we have Swervin is saying this is a piss break and popcorn fight. UFC betting experience
exactly
says Eubanks looked bad on the scale. I like Vieira by decision. That's a good bit of knowledge there.
Yeah, because that, like I said, those 3 or 4 weight cuts in the last month. Dude.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
And that's kind of why I was thinking, Vieira too with that. But I do think she's more skilled. Deerslayer says this is a bong hit fight, and Swervin says this is a dab fight.
Oh yeah, I'm dabbing right now.
So we have pretty much unanimous, I think, on Ketlen Vieira. So this is a best bet. Again, women's MMA though, we've been burned for thousands of dollars, so who knows?
I still see probably Vieira by decision, like unanimous decision, but I don't see a finish really here. If so, maybe she'll catch her with a sub, but
yeah,
I don't know, man.
So we move on. Another city kickboxing fighter, 125, Kaikara France, coming back to take on Brandon Royval.
Kaikara France minus 225. Brandon Royval coming in at plus 185. The over and under 2.5. Over minus 180. Under plus 150. Well, shit. This might be my big dog of the day and my big bet here, man. I'm all over Royval. I like him. I think he's got, plenty of length in this situation. Like a 5-6 inch reach advantage. You saw the length on the scale today, how big he was. He was a lot taller. Kaikara France is like 5'4". Yeah, he's very, technical, kind of sharp kickboxer guy. But dude, he doesn't take anyone down. He's got good footwork, but man, Brandon Royval, he rushes people and he's aggressive. Like he's not gonna fucking play this kickboxing match with Kai France. And if you think he is, you're wrong. Look at what the last fight with Kai France and Tyson Nam. I watched that over and over again. Tyson Nam, if he just threw maybe 20 more strikes, even like if he just threw a little more volume, he would have won that fight by no doubt in my mind. He had the more powerful punches. You got the takedowns and things like that. Brandon Royval, he's fought in some damn good talent in the LFA. Super aggressive. Trains up at Factory X, which I love that camp right now. They're really putting out some good entertaining fighters. And dude, this guy, we saw how humbled he was last fight. He quit his job versus Elliott, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got his big, win, quits his job, has a first time ever, has a real full fucking camp. The dude's a dangerous grappler, black belt in jiu-jitsu. He can catch you on the mat. The one thing that kind of goes against him is his takedown defense sucks. It's horrible, but you don't have to worry about that with Kai France. He's not going to take anyone down. He doesn't do that. I think he has like 0.6 takedown attempts per fight. So, less than one. But yeah, Kai France can, I know people are saying he's quicker. He's going to get in and out. But dude, those punches aren't that powerful. When's the last time he's ever knocked anyone out? He's a decision machine. He gets lucky. A lot of his decisions are over in New Zealand, Australia, fits along with the whole city kickboxing bullshit. And I think that camp's overrated. I'll just be fucking flat out honest with y'all. I'm going Brandon Royval all the way here. I don't see enough from Kai France to win this fight, even in a decision, because Brandon Royval throws good volume too. It's not like he's a slouch and he just sits back and plays this pickpocket game like Nam does, where he doesn't throw a lot of volume.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Royval is coming at you, and he's going to come at you. That's one thing you gotta know. So I'm all over him in here, and this might be my best bet and my heaviest bet of the night.
Yeah, so Swervin agrees with you, Royval, and Billy as well. Billy says, yeah, Jeff, raw dog season. He's about to go hood in this cage. France ain't seen a dog like this. That's what Billy says about this one. And so this one, for me, it's huge. If Brandon Royval can push Kai France back, if Brandon Royval cannot push Kai France back, Kai France is going to win the decision like he always wins these decisions. If Royval can keep the pressure on France, push him back, he's going to have to throw some to get inside to take him down. If he can't push him back, Kai France is just going to hit him with a 1-2 leg kick circle, 1-2 leg kick circle, make it a stupid, boring fight where at the end of the fight, you're, kind of pissed at the TV. And from what I saw with Tim Elliott, it's almost like he was begging to get subbed in that fight with the way he was just kind of rolling on the ground and then he gets caught. And Royval, what stinks for him, it's the grappling. He's a very, very good grappler, but I think he would match up better with a very good grappler. I kind of agree with you. I do think I think that Kai France is a little overrated. He's not. I think he's probably top 5 now in the division.
I worry about that reach, to be honest, because I know you alluded to him picking him apart, but I mean, that reach plays an advantage. Like, homeboy's got a jab, so if you're going to come in, the guy's going to throw a jab at you. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was just I rewatched the fight versus Tim Elliott, and what's happened was Elliott was just kind of circling away, diving for legs, and they were just kind of a little wrestling, like rolling match, like grappling match, where in the end, Elliott cast out, Royval got on top, slid the arm triangle, gets his tap, and if he fights more of a guy with a decent striking acumen like Kai France, who can dictate where this fight goes, I think that's what's likely going to happen is Royval's going to come in, shoot way too quick and early, and then Kai France is going to be able to defend it. And if Royval I don't think he'll gas out because, like you say, trains at Factory X, which is a very good gym. But if he just keeps chasing that takedown, it's gonna be tough because Kaikar France is gonna chew that leg up, hit him with that jab, hit him with a nice solid straight, some hooks, and it's to me it's really dependent on Royval just pushing in, getting in France's face, pushing the pace, and trying to just drag him down. But
I mean, you did make the one point that I didn't catch on though, is the other weakness besides his takedown defense is he has those small legs, and Kaikar France will go after those legs. So yeah, I mean that's a worry, that's a concern. But you know, if this thing can get inside, I mean, I can even see Royval just suffocating him in the grappling, just getting on top of him and beating the hell out of this guy. Like, I don't know. I know what you're saying 100%. Yeah, I mean, Kaikar France is all-time kickboxer. Let's be honest. Like, that's what he is. But
yeah, I mean, I don't think Royval can't win. I think he could get him down and sub him, but right now I'm leaning a Kaikar France win. You know, depending on how the card goes, you know, maybe throw a few bucks on Royval. So we have UFC betting experience is saying Royval's submission prop was plus 1100. Now it is plus 500.
Damn.
So definitely, and I think that is how he wins. A decision he could get, but he'd have to work on round 2 and 3.
And I think he does work, dude. I mean, one of his famous fucking knockouts is the flying knee. The guy's got.
Yeah, he's had quick fights.
He won that belt with some kind of weird tap, but he rushed in with the flying knee. Like, one thing you know is he's going to come in and he's going to go after you.
And I liked Royval against Elliott. I think I picked him in that one. So.
Kaikar France by decisions minus 110.
Yeah, so that's pretty chalky. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk in here saying, what up? What up, Preston? What up, Jeff? What's going on, D? Speak Your Mind. Big event tomorrow as well. Huge event tomorrow.
Yep.
MMA Locker Room Mills saying, I got the kid from Inglewood, California. Is Royval from Inglewood?
Yeah, he is.
He is? Okay.
Yep.
Royval is coming to win, not to fight. And
he probably is the more hungrier guy. Let's be honest. He quit his job. He's fresh in this thing. He's an ex-LFA champion. I mean, Kaikar France has been around. What the fuck's he ever done?
Yeah, I think he's I think he's a little overhyped, and I would take you know, if he does win this, if he fights another like Moreno type guy, I would take him over him. And Ali's back here saying to boys, he's pumped up for tomorrow. Yeah, Ali should be a good event because we have these 2 big fights here. Co-main event for the vacant light heavyweight championship. We have Dominick Reyes taking on Juan Błachowicz. Reyes is a bigger favorite than I thought he would have been. I'll just say that.
Yeah, Dominick Reyes comes in at minus 270. Juan comes in at plus 210. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 140. Under plus 110. Man, this is like, I mean, this is one of these weird fights for me, dude, because I, like, all my MMA knowledge wants to pick Reyes, but
well, I think the problem is that's what people have done versus Juan every fight, and Juan wins every fight and
that's what
people were telling me, because on the show I had Juan over, it was Cannonier, right? That was his last one. Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know, he has that power, and it's just one shot, and boom, he landed that one shot. And that's what could happen here against Reyes, too. I mean, Reyes, he's good, but 270 good. I don't know.
And that's what scares me. Like, this line's way too fucking wide. And that's going to be my point of this card because, you know, like, these lines, some of them don't make sense. So when they don't make sense, I feel like I almost got to take the dog. You know, I do, man, because Dominick Reyes, yeah, he's very athletic. We know that. He doesn't have the reach, which I would have guessed. I would have bet all my money in the world that he had a reach advantage, but he actually is lacking there in the reach advantage. But I mean, he's got power. He's, you know, a decent grappler, pretty good takedown defense. But man, I think just all around, he's more of the greener fighter for sure. Don't you think? Like, Yan to me is just more of a complete MMA guy with, with his jiu-jitsu and his grappling and everything. Yeah, Reyes is dynamic athlete with knockout power. He's fought Jones, took him to the distance, maybe even won that fight. That's questionable at this point.
Yeah, that's what Deerslayer Ski just said. Reyes won that fight. He should be champ, and Boston Nick agrees with Deerslayer.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do, but man, I don't know, because like I said, dude, every part of me, every knowledge in my MMA bones knows Dominick Reyes probably is the right choice here. But with that kind of money and that Polish power and that Polish running through my blood, it's really tough for me not to go with my countrymen here.
Yeah, Clint put a big bet out on Jan.
I know, and that's and I know a lot of people are taking the flyers on Jan. And look, Jan to me is a little bit. Some of his knockouts are questionable. Like, they're not against like great people with these solid chins or nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly what UFC betting experience just chatted here. He said Jan can only knock out chinny fighters.
Yeah. So that's funny. I'm not even looking at that, but we got the same thoughts here. And that's the one thing is like, let's see, because we know Reyes has a pretty decent chin here, but I'm torn on this fight, man, and I'm almost to the point where I am dog or pass because I don't want to lay the fucking 270 with Reyes. I just don't. I there's something about his cockiness, his mouth, his IQ. I mean, something about the guy I can't freaking stand, dude. I don't know, man. What do you got? What do you got here?
Yeah, and then we have a pretty interesting comment with so Deerslayer, you said Jan has buried you. So you bet against Jan. Okay. I thought Jan has burned me is what the comment was.
We've cashed the last few tickets on Jan, and that's what I'm like, man, I got to keep riding the hot hand, don't you?
Well, so what I like about Jan is, and it's what people hate, but it's what I like. He is pretty boring. He's a pretty boring fighter. He did against Jacare, where he just kind of held Jacare against the cage, beat him up a bit. He won a close split decision. But to me, I think maybe the bet of the night is over 2.5 in this fight. I think that's a great bet. Dominick Reyes, he can knock people out. He isn't knocking Jan out. I mean, maybe.
Has he even knocked anyone out? I don't need to look at that as record because I don't even feel like I can recall.
So he knocked out Chris Weidman with like 2 punches.
Oh, well, who hasn't?
And he knocked out Jared Cannonier and some of the lower.
So he's the same as Jan then, as far as people he's knocked out. They're all guys with glass chins now. Like, let's be honest.
Swervin says it's Reyes. Come on. Neil Security is saying Reyes is a younger, more athletic guy. And he already faced the champ. He did fight John Jones, correct? Billy says Reyes till I watched the Embedded series. Deerslayer says I have to take Reyes. And Billy says so Reyes' brothers are his cornermen. He hates that. Yeah, that isn't, I don't like that either, Billy. I don't like that either. But kind of what Jeff said. So Reyes, he has to be younger, right? Definitely. Yeah, he's 7 years younger for sure. I'm like, no shit.
30 to 37.
Yeah. So Reyes is a younger guy. He's quick. That's what's good for him. And he's so super quick. He likes throwing that straight left. He has that left high kick. He has those low kicks, those jabs. But I think he's a little more lean. And Jan, I think, is just a little bigger, not height-wise, but just like stature-wise, he's bigger. I think Jan, his deal, it's kind of what's going to happen. What happened with the Jacare fight is he's going to try to get inside, clinch him, get him against the cage, and try to dump him and beat him up there. Because at range, Jan's going to get picked apart. He's going to get mad. He's going to come in, overcommit to some hooks, and Reyes is just going to jab him and hit him with that straight left over and over and over again. That's why, man, that over 2.5. I mean, I'm gonna bet it and
I do like that too, Preston, because that's my path to victory for Jan is he's got to get him against the fence, uses double leg takedowns. He's got the black belt advantage here. Let's be honest, he can do some damage, although he is going to be the smaller guy. Reyes is good at getting up. He does get up. And Błachowicz isn't the great at top control, but he's pretty good at it. I just don't, Reyes is an explosive guy, like you said, so that does scare me a little bit. But
yeah, and I mean, so these guys are right where I'm at here. So they have Reyes by decision plus 250. So you're taking a minus 270 and changing him to a plus 250. And that is the way he should win. He could clip him late, but, I think that's a good thing. And MMA Locker Room giving us a nice bet your beer right here. He's saying round 3 to start, minus 160. So 10 minutes and you win your bet. So if this fight hits round 3, minus 160.
And that is kind of a thing too, man. I don't know Blachowicz cardio. I do know Reyes has decent cardio.
Yeah, Blachowicz has gone 5 rounds. He went 5 rounds against Jacare. I don't think it's bad. He's gone 3 rounds a few times because he does. He kind of, it's just imposing the will, grappling, trying to take you down, beat you up, be the bigger guy.
Right.
But Reyes just fought John Jones. I think that's why the line is inflated. I think Reyes does win the fight. I'm not even sure about parlaying it. I feel better about a flyer on Juan than Royval, personally. I think I'd rather take the flyer on Juan because Juan has that knockout power, that punch.
Royval does too, though, man.
Royval is not going to knock out Kyle France. I bet you get plus 2,000 on a Royval knockout.
It can happen with the elbow coming off the clinch.
So Deer Slayer just said over sounds like a play. Yeah, Deer Slayer. I think that's going to be my best bet, to be honest. But we'll see. So we still have the main event. But
I'm picking Reyes to win, but I'm betting my money on Blachowicz. Plus 210. I'll take it. I don't fucking care.
I think you're going to get a better number tomorrow because what we usually see in these instances is co-main and main event. The favorites take all the chalk and all the money. Last week, it didn't hurt Vegas. Hamzat won, and what's his face? Colby won. So.
I just think, too, man, Dominick Reyes is overlooking this guy. Let's just be honest, dude. He's overlooking him. He thinks he should be the champ right now.
Yeah, he wanted the rematch. He was very adamant that he wanted the rematch.
So that could be a factor here. If he is overlooking him, that could be a problem. But like I said, Reyes should win. But I'm not going to bet 270 on it. I don't think that's a bad play. So now we move on. Big fight, main event. This has been in the making for a while. Paulo Costa, Israel Adesanya, 185-pound champion, undefeated fighters. Who goes home with the belt and their record intact? Adesanya comes up at minus 185. Costa plus 155. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 150. Under plus 120. And new champion of the UFC is. Yep, that's right. I'm picking him, dude.
Yeah, a lot of money on Paulo Costa.
I'm picking him, bro. That's just, and I don't want to overrate. Like, I know Adesanya is fucking top notch, like super top notch kickboxer. He's got over 70 matches. One of the best in the world. Like, let's just be honest. The dude's incredible. And it will not surprise me if he picks Paulo Costa apart here. It will not. But for this kind of money and this dog price and what I've seen from Costa, and then what I saw with Adesanya versus Yoel and then Costa versus Yoel, like, who else goes and fucking stands in front of Yoel like Paulo Costa did? No one does. Adesanya, yeah, that might be his IQ, his game plan. We know that. But the difference is Costa's going to move forward. He's going to move forward. He always does. He always moves forward. He's going to pressure him. He's going to put it to him. He's going to make this, like you said earlier, a phone booth fight. Like, he's got to get inside there, rip that body. He's got good, strong kicks, black belt in jiu-jitsu. We've seen that point over and over again, which is kind of something funny because Adesanya is rubbing that shit in his face. Don't be surprised if Costa fucking gets a hold of this little skinny fuck, slams his ass down, and submits his ass. That would not shock me at all, dude. But I don't think it goes there. I think Costa knocks him out inside 3 rounds. I really do. I think he's going to fucking take it to him, Adesanya to the extreme. We saw what someone on a way, in my opinion, a way worse striker in Kevin Gastelum. He took it to Adesanya pretty well, and it's just a matter of putting your head down, which Costa does, and getting inside. And he doesn't have a fucking glass chin like Whitaker either. He's not going to go flying off some fucking half hook.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put anything past Adesanya. He's a great champion, good kickboxer. I don't think his grappling's great if it goes there, but I just think his skinny frame, man. I just think his frame's a little too small, and if Costa starts ripping that body and getting inside, I could see him really hurting this kid. And maybe I'm fucking just crazy here, man, but I'm going Costa all the way, man. I think there's a new champion.
So everyone in the chat is on Paulo Costa. Boston Nick.
And that scares the hell out of me even more.
No, I mean, if you watch the tape, we spoke about it because originally you said Costa, then you were leaning on Adesanya, then you switched back to Costa. And I was opposite. It was Adesanya. Then I went to Costa. So Deer Slayer says Costa's path to victory is KO. Neil said what you just said. Adesanya's body isn't ready for the body shots Costa throws. Swervin says Costa, let's fucking go. Billy is saying me and Nick got a prediction war going on for tomorrow. Loser has to freestyle. This the one for me, Izzy time. And MMA Locker Room, I was live at Honda Center for Costa vs. Romero. It is one of my favorite fights ever.
That was one of my favorite fights ever, dude. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah, since Eric Morales, Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, Locker Room. It was a great fight. The Morales-Pacquiao trilogy was great, too, until Pacquiao just killed him the last two fights. But, yeah, so this is a tough fight. So my worry, and you what I told Jeff, this was probably Tuesday or Wednesday, with Adesanya, it's when he gets hit, the way he scurries away, he'll just kind of bump into the cage, and he does it a lot.
Yeah, he
and
does.
Costa won't let Adesanya do that. He'll cut him off, rip that body, throw that overhand left, that overhand right. He was laughing in front of Uriah Hall. They were going back and forth, and Hall
crazy.
And Hall just broke pretty much. And Adesanya, we've seen him get knocked down from Gastelum. Whitaker was just checked out mentally against him. Like, he just was.
In Costa fight, he was smiling the whole time too.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's mad.
Yeah, no, Costa's a lunatic.
Nuts.
I do not know how Paulo Costa makes 185.
That's insane.
The guy is enormous. He can circle, find Adesanya, and just Adesanya's gonna have good head movement. Like, yeah, he's gonna have a good head movement. He'll avoid some of these strikes.
Switching stances.
But,
he's got good footwork too.
But he's not gonna just avoid all these strikes. And Costa hits so hard. Thank you, Ali, for the favorite show on YouTube. Yeah, you're too kind. You're too kind,
Ali. You're awesome, dude. Love you, man.
Neil the Security says Adesanya will be in survival mode the first 2 rounds. For sure, Neil. Definitely. Adesanya is going to try to do what he did versus Romero. Run away, hit those leg kicks, hit that little jab. Deal is Romero cries and does that weird shit all the fucking time.
Sticks his tongue out.
Yeah. Costa isn't going to do that.
Fucker.
Costa's going to be like, fuck this. Go right after him and just be aggressive. Throw the hooks, throw the body kick, throw the jab, the straight. Maybe he does grapple a bit. I don't.
And that's what I want to say, because, dude, I'm a poker player. Look, I'm trying to read a tell here. Why are they bringing all this shit up about the black belt? Why? I mean, he's obviously got the black belt in his mind.
Yeah.
Like, he's showing it off. What's he trying to say? Is he going to use it for a change?
Yeah. And see, so UFC betting experience, you're saying, yeah, that's the deal. He ate those jabs and he ended up knocking Uriah Hall out.
And he moved forward the whole time, and Uriah Hall throws hard. We know that, but those jabs weren't going to fucking end that guy. They weren't going to end Paulo Costa.
So if Izzy puts something behind the jab, he's going to drop him in late rounds. That's what betting experience is saying. And Swervin says the Celtics all the way back. So I guess the Celtics are winning, which is good.
One thing I do agree with, yeah, I mean, dude, let's be honest. Izzy has great footwork. He's got fucking kicks that can come out of nowhere and catch Costa. I mean, it can happen. I'm not going to say it can't, but man, I'm just going with my gut here, dude. I'm just going with my gut. I'm not a huge Izzy fan in the first place, but
yeah. So when Izzy started, I thought he was pretty overrated, and then I think it was. So I picked him against Whitaker, and I picked him against before that Gastelum. What really pissed me off with him was that fight versus Anderson, because yeah, they fought, but it was like kind of a passing in the torch fight. I'm like, you knew by that time he was the guy. So they knew he was the new guy. And Paulo Costa kind of
The
He
guy's only
just fights.
he's only defended his title once now or twice?
Once versus Yoel Romero in March.
Jesus
Last
Christ.
event before COVID, yeah.
I mean, it seems like he's been champion forever, doesn't it? Like, I don't know why I think that in my head, but
Well, it's because he's fought all the guys. Like he got the interim title versus Gastelum, then he won the full title versus Whitaker, and then he beat the guy I just said, Romero. Now he's fighting Costa. So
I mean, to me, his best all-time performance was Derek Brunson. He was just piecing him
yeah,
apart.
that was one
that was
round.
a clinic.
But Brunson has gotten a lot better though because
Yeah.
he just beat Edmond in August. So yeah, so this is tough. I want to take out Adesanya because I do think he's the more skilled fighter.
I know.
But I think Costa can catch him. I do think Costa can catch him. So, yeah, we can move on here. Best bet for UFC 253, Adesanya versus Costa. What do you have, Jeff?
Best bet. Let me look at the lines again because
I'm going over 2.5 in that Reyes versus Juan fight, minus 140. I see a decision, or I see Juan dropping him late. Maybe Reyes drops him late, but I really like over 2.5. That's what I'm going with. I think it's pretty safe. So, yeah, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Brandon Royval.
Plus
And
190.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna tie his ass up with
Juan?
Klein.
Oh, with Klein. Okay.
Yep. I'm going it all balls to the wall. That's going to be my 2-leg parlay right there. And that pays. Let me just see, because I have Jeff Hughes' big old ass in here. That pays fucking a lot. Plus 404. So you throw down 100, you win $404. Straight up, I like them both. I'm taking both those guys as my best bet, and I'm taking them in a parlay together.
Awesome. Yeah. So, before you guys go, you can visit Pub Sports Radio. We have merch. Jeff's wearing the Fight Island shirt. It's the background we have. PubSportsRadio.com. We have merchandise. They're in Fight Island for the next 5 weeks, so why not get your guys self a shirt?
2020.
I have our Talkin Hands shirt. Big Show just came on. Big Show, my best bet's over 2.5. And I just said it, Juan versus Reyes. Jeff's got Royval and Klein for his best bet. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Main card, I think, 8 or 9 p.m. I have to make sure. I think it's 9 for pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because it is pay-per-view. And yeah, if you guys want to bet with us, Jeff's been looking up the lines. It's mybookie.ag. Enter that promo code PubSports. Get that 50% deposit bonus for credit or debit. 100% on Bitcoin. Jeff uses it. We use it all the time. That's where we bet. We'll be on there tomorrow. Neil, thanks for the support, man. You guys are awesome too. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow, right?
And please, guys, hit that like and subscribe button for us on YouTube. Please help us share this videos. We're the thing is, y'all are going to get kick out of it if you're just joining us now. Tomorrow we do the live stream. We all bet big money. We'll have Locker Room Mills on there, Mo Scream, Boston Nick, Billy comes on. And man, we just have fun, and there's prop bets, there's a lot of live action, and just our reactions. I mean, we're betting heavy real money. And if you have skipped out on before, what we do is we've had this segment for 6-7 months now called Flip That Cash. We take the whole point of our Saturday show is we start with $500. We're trying to flip that into $10,000. The most we've gotten up to is $4,900. We threw that down on one fight and we lost it all. So we started back over. Right now we're up to $1,750. So it's not bad. We're heading in the right direction over the last 3 weeks. And who knows what will happen? We might put all $1,750 down on something tomorrow, or we might stretch it out this time. Who knows? But the ultimate goal is to get to $10,000 for Flip That Cash segment. So come join us. We're betting real cash. We put all our tickets out there. Hit our sponsors if you are anyone that suffers from stress, anxiety, joint pain, PTSD, insomnia, like I do. I suffer from almost all those things. Give these guys a call here in San Antonio, Texas. Natural Heights, 1880 Nacogdoches Road. You can go visit them. Give them a call, 210-592-1060. And also, if you are in San Antonio, Texas, and you go by and use those guys, give them the promo code as well, Pub Sports Radio.
Yeah, and we have a donation from Irregardless. Thank you, Irregardless, for the donation.
Thank you, man. That's so kind of you.
Yeah, far too kind. Really awesome, man. Yeah, we're just like Jeff said, we're trying to grow this. So if you guys can give us a like, a subscribe, share it on your page, share it on YouTube, that would be awesome for us. And we'll be back tomorrow. Locker room, let's flip that cash for sure. Get that beer money. Locker room's gonna have a little beer money segment for us. Yeah, we're gonna get going tomorrow. If you watched last week, the money was flowing. The money's gonna keep flowing. Pub Sports Radio, it's where you want to be, where you want to be at. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, guys.